Thank you for clicking on this video. Welcome back, friends. The cake knife was still cool in my hand when she rose. Her voice sliced through the happy chatter like shattering crystal. "My son," she announced, lifting the child as if he were a trophy, "is not just mine. He is your husband's." The room plunged into silence. Even the child stilled, as if sensing the poison of betrayal now tainting the air. Then she drove in the second blade. "And as his inheritance, I'll be taking half of your $800,000 house." She waved a manila folder like a conqueror's flag. "His will states it clearly." I simply stared. My sister, my own flesh and blood. My husband's coffin not yet settled in the earth, and she was already digging for her prize. I pressed my lips together, stifling the bitter laughter that threatened to escape. She had no idea what trap she had just sprung. I met my husband at 22. He was my anchor, or so I let myself believe. Broad shoulders, a steady gaze, a voice that promised forever. He made me feel rare, precious. I married him because I wanted his lies to be true. And my sister was always there, a constant shadow, her smiles for him a little too bright. I dismissed it as her nature, reckless, forever collecting attention like it was her due. Family forgives, doesn't it? So I forgave the lingering glances, their shared, private laughter, the way conversations died when I entered a room. Trust is a blindfold you willingly tie on yourself. The cracks began small. Late nights at the office, the ghost of an unfamiliar perfume on his collar, a phone that was suddenly always locked. He could no longer meet my gaze. One night he came home disheveled, his shirt damp with sweat. I asked no questions. I only watched. Observation, I had learned, is far more powerful than accusation. Then came the message, a careless or arrogant slip on his phone. "Next time, don't leave the necklace." She almost saw it. The necklace, the one I had seen glinting at my sister's throat just days before. My heart didn't just break, it crystallized into something hard and sharp. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I smiled. That was the night the mourning wife died and the architect of their ruin was born. While others shatter, some are tempered into steel. I became patient, methodical. Every word I spoke to him, every smile I offered her was another thread in the invisible net I was weaving. I met with lawyers in quiet rooms. I uncovered the secrets he thought were his alone, the offshore accounts, the hidden debts, and the revised will he signed without reading because I placed it before him with a tender kiss. Oh, I drafted it myself, slipped it among his mundane papers. He was too distracted by his own deceit to notice. The document she clutched so triumphantly gave her nothing. The real, notarized will, ironclad and unbreakable, tied every asset to me, and me alone. I let him believe he was clever. I let her believe she was winning. That is the true sweetness of revenge, the silent, patient wait before the strike. His sudden heart attack was a tragedy. I wore black, my face a mask of carved stone, my body moving through the funeral rites like a perfect, grieving machine. They all whispered about my strength, my devotion. And she wept louder than anyone, clutching her son like the ultimate prop, playing the part of the secret lover in mourning. Her performance was masterful. It would have fooled anyone but me. Watching her at the graveside, I understood. Grief looks entirely different when it's intertwined with greed. So here we were, my husband in the ground, my sister parading his bastard son as her key to a fortune. The room held its breath, waiting for my collapse, for tears or rage. They expected a storm. I merely leaned back in my chair, a faint, knowing smile on my lips, and said softly, "Oh, I see." She filed her claim 2 weeks later, brandishing her precious will before her lawyer, demanding her half. He read it once, then again, his face paling. "This isn't what you think it is," he told her, his voice low. The will she held was a decoy, a draft she was never meant to find. The real document was locked away, signed, witnessed, and devastatingly clear. Everything, every dollar, every brick was mine. Her lawyer explained it to her slowly, as if to a child. Her hands began to tremble. She screamed accusations of forgery, of trickery. I just sat there, calm, legs crossed, and said, "You should be more careful about what you announce in public. People might start asking questions, like why your son is the very image of my dead husband." Her face crumpled. That was the second layer of my design. Not just a legal victory, but a social execution. The news spread. Friends, family, their perception of her shifted irrevocably. Invitations ceased. Her child's birthday photos were scrutinized like evidence in a scandal. She was no longer a mother. She was the woman who had betrayed her own sister. She came to me late one night, her eyes swollen, her body shaking. "Please," she begged, "don't do this. He's still my son. Don't ruin us." I looked at the woman before me, the girl I had once shared secrets with, who had braided my hair when we were small. There was nothing left of her in me. "You ruined yourself," I replied, my voice quiet, steady, and final.
Thanks for watching PastQuest. If you enjoyed the journey into history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories from the past. See you in the next quest.